Hello Guardians, welcome to another Hitomii Does Destiny 2. Today I'm on the Nether, doing some exploring, and I came across quite a few secrets, and I have a few tips for you. So I thought I'd compile this little video, and hopefully I'll be able to help some of you guys out. So first things first, if you weren't aware, what you need to do is find rituals, and by getting your ghost out, they appear as star icons on the map. Secondly, shoot these vases wherever you find them, because 9 times out of 10 they've either got ammo or health, which is incredibly useful considering our health doesn't go up, but I'll talk about that again in a minute. Here we are with some subjugators, and you definitely need to make sure that you're comfortable in the build that you decide to go onto the Dreadnaught with. So for my first few attempts on the Dreadnaught, I've made sure that I've gone with my Void build. This is mainly because I'm wearing the Castine armlets, which are the gauntlets that allow me to be invisible for a short amount of time, and they also have restoration when I'm having finishers with enemies. It has saved my life more than once on the Dreadnaught, as I just demonstrated there against those husks. Obviously, every time you complete a ritual, you'll notice that it goes up on the disrupt the rituals on the left hand side, and don't forget to pick up any boons that you might come across, such as that one. So let's talk about the things you can do on the Dreadnaught. There are many secrets to find. In a few areas you'll be asked to collect solar crystals, like this one here, and you'll need to carry it across to an icon which has an arrow pointing down. This one is in quite a precarious position, and I'll show you exactly how you can get across here in a moment, especially if you're doing this solo. As you can see on the other side there's the arrow, and what you need to do is defeat the enemies as they spawn. Unfortunately, it's usually Grims, so you will have to drop your crystal for a moment in order to attack the enemies and then quickly pick it back up again before it despawns. Now for this jump, I found going across the ledge on this little pointy out bit of the platform the best way to get across. Just edge yourself to the very end of it, and then you're able to do a small jump while holding the crystal. There are platforms that can go across these caverns, but they only usually appear when your ghost is out, so unless you can memorize them, the best thing to do is use my route there. Don't forget, every time you do something like that, you'll get either a chest or a boon or both. Make sure you're picking up absolutely everything. As you can see, I now need to go and defeat the Tormentor, and that's because I've completed 3 rituals. So let's go and fight this Terry Tormentor together. So I was very pleased that I didn't die during that encounter. The only reason I can think that I didn't was 4 things. The first being my rifts, the second being the restoration of my exotic gauntlets, the third being devour, and fourth, every time I picked up an orb, I made sure that I got that with my mod, which is better already, and recuperation and absolution. All of these give you a boost to your health when picking up an orb. And finally, as I said before, these vases are littered around the Dreadnaught. When you see bits like that, it instantly, that white light is light that will increase your health. So after every encounter, I would check the area like I'm doing now, shooting vases and making sure that my health was back to full before I moved on to the next part of the Dreadnaught. Hopefully these hints and tips are going to help you on your own journeys, Guardians. So let's move on to a different area now and look at some other secrets that the Dreadnaught has to offer. So obviously in every area there will be ritual encounters. There will also be the metastasized to collect. This is very important, and you can take this into the altar in Eris's apartment in the last city. Let's talk a bit more about secret chests. There are quite a few. And the great thing about the Dreadnaught is that you can equip your ghost mod, which is called Wombo, and these will show up when you are near to them. As you can see, there are plenty of icons on my map, and each one of those represents a chest. The only bad thing is that once you have opened them, they don't seem to disappear like they would do on other areas of the Destiny universe. Usually you open a chest, it's there for about 30 seconds once opened, and then it'll disappear. Not on the Dreadnaught. You'll find that you'll open a chest and then you'll go back to it thinking, oh, I haven't opened that, but it is, and it's open and there's nothing in it. So just be aware of that. They do stay on your map. Another little secret for you are bowls. These bowls you can ignite. They will all say investigate. If you find some, or you find some pillars which says investigate, make sure you look around the area, light all of them up, and it usually spawns an enemy for you to kill. I just found the third one here, and as you can see, we're spawning in a rather large night. My clanmate and I managed to do this together. A lot of these encounters can be done solo, but obviously they are pretty difficult. So if you do have a clan to hand, it is a lot more fun coming in and doing it together and finding all those secrets. Again, don't forget the boons. Sometimes you'll defeat an Ultra and it will give you a chest and a boon. Now, we were just about to leave the area when I noticed a floating platform. And having done Destiny for the past 10 years, I always know that a floating platform will lead to something, usually a chest. So I made my way back up to my clanmate who was waiting for me, and we managed to navigate our way up this spiral, and we weren't sure how high this was going to go, so it was pretty entertaining when it sort of disappeared up into the rafters of the Dreadnaught. Remember, you can put your ghost out, and the ghost will show you where the next platform will be. If you didn't know about this one, guys, please make sure you hit that like button, because I have helped you find something new today on Destiny 2. So as you can see, we're in the Hall of Souls for this one, and we're finding all of these little ledges to stand on, And it does go pretty high, so give yourself a couple of minutes. Make sure you watch your jumping. Obviously I'm on a Warlock. I have got, I think, Strafe Glide on, which gives me a lot of directional control. Might be a bit more difficult if you're on a Hunter, but I'm sure any Hunters out there will be able to navigate it if you're following my video for tips. As you can see, we are very high up now. And we go higher still. And finally, we reach this bit jutting out from the wall, and it spawns us a lovely chest and a boon as well. Just dancing to let my teammate know we're at the chest. And of course, there we go, we've got a triumph completed as well for finding so many secrets on the Dreadnaught. There are lots to find, Guardians. We might be here a while, but having new content on old maps is definitely a plus for me. It felt very nostalgic coming back onto the Dreadnaught as it does. Right, let's move on now. Just at the end of this area, before we go on to the next part, my clanmate discovered there was a chest here. So we popped down to get this. And then I also noticed that there was another slot on the opposite side. Just as we come out here. So usually you'd be above. And there was another one on this opposite side. And as you can see, like I say, you can see the chest icon there on your map. Again, don't forget to shoot the vases. For some reason, this vase took a lot of shooting. It did have health inside, but it was one of the first ones that I'd actually come across, which took quite a bit of pelting with my gun to get open. So we had to go down to reach this chest. And again, another vase that really didn't want to be opened, which was quite unusual. And this one had nothing inside, which was quite a disappointment. Another chest and some more sigils for us. On to the next area. So, once you've done your 3 rituals and you have defeated the lovely large taken ogre at the bottom of the tentacle chasm, as we're calling it, I noticed there was an icon for a chest. So it took us a couple of minutes to figure this one out, because it literally looks like it's buried deep inside the rock face. But eventually we did find it. So if you hop on to the very top, go round to the left following the wall, there's a little ledge that you can land on here, and you're looking for all the tentacles that are coming out. And as you jump up and over those, go through the small gap, and you will find yourself a secret chest. Once again, guys, if you didn't know where this one was, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more. I'm not sure how many secrets there are on the Dreadnaught, but I'm guessing there's probably 100 or more, comparing the Triumph numbers. So for the final part of my video, I'm going to be showing you another secret in the trenchway. As you can see, we have got the floating platforms here again, but did you know there are some investigating to do with these pillars? So we want to light this first pillar on this side, and then we want to very carefully cross the gorge. There are 2 floating platforms here in the centre, And then we have this altar here, and you want to light both pillars, one either side. Once you've done that, a rather large taken will appear. This time it is an ogre. He's a little bit of a bullet sponge, but my Nova Bomb was no match for him. So there we go. And then not only do you get a chest and a boon, there is also a very special chest if you have some desire, which is down on this left hand side. And you should be able to open that if you've got some materials at hand. So thank you very much, Guardians. Again, if I have helped you with any of these secrets, please hit that like button and comment below. Have a wonderful time on Destiny 2, and I'll catch you again very, very soon.